This is a Ben Frank Connection presentation. This is a Ben Frank Connection presentation.
What's going on, everybody? We are here. We are live. We are doing the damn thing. So this is going to be something new. Let me just adjust this real quick, and let's get our boys in the center of this shot here. I don't need to be on the full screen. Perfect. Love it. All right, here we are. So we are doing this New series. I'm gonna try to do it more frequently. I don't know if I'm gonna do it the day of pay-per-views because obviously the way I work, some days, the days of pay-per-views, I won't be able to do these because I'll be at work. So I'll probably do it the day before, or I'll try to get it the night before. But I will continue this series. I'm not affiliated. I'm not paid for. I'm not sponsored by, but I'd love to be, by Pro Wrestling Scorecards. I'm a fan of what they do. So link is below for Pro Wrestling Scorecards. It's absolutely free. You can subscribe to them on Patreon as well as other ways to support them by buying merch from Pro Wrestling Tees. So I'm going to give you guys a quick rundown real fast. I'm going to share my screen. I'm gonna do this a few times for the first couple streams just so everyone gets acclimated to what we're doing here. So when you sign up for this website, you sign out, you do your information, it's gonna take you to this screen, right? So once you get to this screen, all your cards are here, right? So this is all of the things you can do. This locks in 4 hours. So get your World's End prediction done. Here's our previous ones: NXT Deadline, ROH Final Battle. You're all signed up. You're ready to make your picks. You can make your picks first. So you click your edit predictions. I'll give you one here. I'm not going to go through my card because I don't want to give away all my spoils, but you just pick a winner. Actually, I'll probably do two. So you pick your winner, how they fall, the fall type, fall location, near falls. This is always different depending on the match. So these are make or break, right? So if you get plus or minus one, so if there's 6, I still get it. But if I get it right on the money, you get bonus points. So it's a lot of fun. It's completely free. And then once you sign up, head up to the factions tab. And here's all the amazing factions. You can do Squared Circle Reddit page, their community, Cultaholic, Putting You Over, Matt Men podcast, their thing. And right there, right in the mix of everybody else, I just want to say real quick, 117 members for Cultaholic, 17 for Putting You Over, 4 for Matt Men, 4,000 for Pro. I mean, that's everybody's included in that. The Reddit page has 44, but look at this ABJ right here, 59 people. So the more people we can get in this community and in this faction shows the power of our podcast. So then you're gonna join the ABJ faction. I believe you hit view, and then I believe there's going to be a join button. If you can't get in, the link, it will be there for you guys to join. But it'll take track of who's the champion right now of AAA. We don't have one. Our AEW champion right there. Our Impact champion. We don't have an indie one. NFL, ROH. I haven't participated in this for a while, but it tells you everyone here for World's End that's participating, everybody who won Final Battle, 67 points won it, NXT Deadline. But I will be more on the ball with this and playing along. But I mean, previous cards are all on here. Your statistics of who has the most wins. BP is killing it with 17 reigns, 24 wins. Rocker Chick has 14. So it goes on and on and on. It keeps track of everybody. Players within the faction are all there, and obviously settings for the thing. But it's completely free. It's absolutely fun, and it's really fun to play along. And then while you're watching the pay-per-view, you can be like, "Oh, did I get that right?" And you can play along. It makes another dynamic of watching wrestling really fun. Lily saying from the other room, when I click on your link, even though I have my own account, it took me directly to your faction even after I was done. Yes. So even if you're signed up, if you click on my link, it will take you to the faction and let you sign up right away. So that is very helpful. So card tonight is going to be a lot of fun. More matches were just added. So let's go through this real quick. 0 Hour, hosted by Renee Paquette and RJ City, will have Hook taking on Wheeler Yuta for the FTW Championship. Just added Willow Nightingale versus Chris Statlander. I've been calling a heel turn for Willow. This is where it happens. This is my prediction. This is what we're here for, right? And then we have the 20-man battle royal for a TNT title shot anytime, anywhere. I'm not going to give you my full predictions for every match. I'm just going to kind of go over every match, kind of free ball here, some scenarios. I'm going to put a link out there once again. If anybody wants to join in, talk, and give their predictions, I'm all for it. So let's have some fun. Let's have some people join. Let's see how we do here. Let's put our recent donations up here. The goal is 15. I'm not expecting 15 thumbs up here. This is completely unconventional. Did not tell anyone this was happening and just randomly threw it on you guys. So without further ado, let's get right into it right away. I forgot a graphic. Let me see if I still have it. Please God, have it. some of these graphics were just being a pain in the absolute ass earlier. All right, we got it. We're ready to go. So the 20-man battle royal for a TNT shot anytime, anywhere will be on the pre-show, which will be happening at 6:30 live on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. There's a lot that could play into this, right? So we have a title shot tonight to find out who's going to go against. Either the winner of this will go to either Adam Copeland or Christian. Will a Nick Wayne be a factor here? Will it be a former champion? Now, here's something to think about. Darby Allin, there's a lot of people on this card. I don't think anyone's doing double duty, so I think you'll have a lot of people in here. Maybe you have a surprise here with this TNT championship. Maybe it's just a filler match just to put somebody in there, and maybe storylines have nothing to do with it. Someone goes in and they're the next can that gets smacked by the TNT title. Who knows? I feel if they do a big deal for a battle royal to find out who's going to be the number one contender, then I think it should be treated accordingly. But a lot can come into factor here. We don't know who's going to be all in it, so that's going to be the big surprise of who's all in the battle royal. Not trying to insult your intelligence, but we do have some people who are not diehard wrestling fans and who are still trying to learn the Royal Rumble style WWE. Every so much time, a timed entrant comes in every minute, 30 seconds, whatever it may be. Over the top is the elimination. A battle royal is where everybody starts in the ring, so it's filled with people, and then one by one you get tossed out. AEW doesn't call it a Royal Rumble, but they also have a I just completely forgot the name of it, but they do it like decks of cards. So the spades, the hearts, the diamonds all come out in groups of 4, and that's how they do their Rumble status. So that's going to be a lot of fun to see how that goes over. Let's see what we got here. Heel turn for Willow. Grab the tissues, Alex. Alex on his way to the pay-per-view. So some of our Discord members will be there live supporting AEW. I hope Edge wins tonight. Well, we'll get to that. Picking Jack Perry to win the battle royal. I mean, if you want to put your picks out there, go for it. But like, you're competing against each other. So I appreciate you guys contributing with the comments and not being stingy. But I kind of want to keep mine close to the chest. You know what I mean? I'm trying to hit that. I want to be the champion of our division here. I might have said my pick there, going over everything. Welcome, C. Henry, to the chat. So the next one here after the battle royal is right into a singles match between two of my favorite people in the company. I'm a huge Willow Nightingale fan. I'm a huge Chris Statlander fan. I wish Statlander was still an alien, but it is what it is. I still support her, whatever the gimmick is. But I think tonight, Willow Nightingale gets the W. I'm giving a prediction. It's a World's End, and this is not on the card. They did not update the pro wrestling scorecards to these new matches. So some matches that we're talking about here are not on the prediction sheets. They have not added them in, and they don't think they're going to because they already have a stipulation of a certain time when they open it. Whatever matches are on there, they stick with, right? So I'm giving you mine for this one because it's not on the card. Willow Nightingale gets the W. I think she joins the House of Black with Julia Hart as well as Sky Black, whatever her name is now. But I think that's going to be fun. Give me Gothic alt Willow Nightingale for the win. That's how it's going down. And then for the main event for the 0 hour, we're going to get FTW Championship on the line. Hook versus Wheeler Yuta. So this is FTW rules, FTW Championship. Wheeler Yuta's Pure Rules title not on the line, but Hook's FTW Championship is on the line. So that's something to think about there. I will say what makes this match intriguing, what makes this match fun, what makes this match interesting is Hook hasn't really had a huge showcase. He hasn't had an opportunity to really go out there. He's kind of done the comedy thing with Danhausen. He's had some matches here and there with Jungle Boy, but Wheeler Yuta is that dude. He is super talented. He's really good at what he does. And I think tonight is a great way for Wheeler Yuta to really showcase what he's to really put Hook through the motions here tonight and get him to really see what we have to offer when it comes to the likes of Hook. I think this is really going to be a showcase for Hook. I think this is going to be a way to show how he can actually work in the ring. And what better person to do it with is a Wheeler Yuta. Very, very pumped for that pre-show match. You know, the pre-show usually get a lot of flack. It's not taken seriously. It's not fun. A lot of people say it's a long pay-per-view. We're going to be doing the live stream starting here at 6:00. Show starts at 6:30. But I'm going to be honest, man. The idea of a battle royal, the idea of Chris Statlander versus Willow Nightingale, and then having Hook versus Wheeler Yuta for a pre-show, I'm in. I'm excited for it. I think it's 3 banger matches, and I'm pumped to see it. So let's get on to the main card here. Your main event is obviously going to be Samoa Joe versus MJF. Jon Moxley in the Continental Classic will take on the defending ROH champion, our New Japan Strong champion, and the 2 of the 3 title holders right now for the Continental Classic Triple Crown, Eddie Kingston. They've had a rival. I'm not going to get into it because I'm going to ruin what I'm going to say later. AEW World Championship on the line. Tony Storm versus the 2-time, I believe, champion Riho. No DQ TNT Championship. Christian Cage takes on Adam Copeland. Julia Hart will defend her TBS Championship against Abaddon. The All-Star 8-man tag. An 8-man tag that's not All-Stars. I mean, I didn't make this graphic. They did. So these guys in this 8-man are All-Stars, and these guys are just 8 guys. That's not how it goes. But anyway, then we have Swerve Strickland takes on Keith Lee to end that feud. And then we have Andrade and El Hidio versus Miro, the Crusher of Worlds. For your main event, your card here. Let's get right into the first one. Andrade is a client now of CJ Perry. She's trying to recruit him. Miro doesn't like the fact that his wife is trying to recruit all these other guys to be part of her stable. He's not liking it. He's going out tonight to crush Andrade. That's the story here. How do you guys have it playing out in the chat? You let me know. These are 2 former WWE guys who really haven't had a strong foothold in AEW. Andrade more so than Miro. Miro's been in and out, shows up, disappears. It's hard to really get a grasp on Miro. There's some rumors and innuendo that Miro maybe has a hard time taking a loss. He doesn't like taking losses, so he doesn't choose to be in storylines if he doesn't feel he's getting put over properly. Andrade had some backstage issues with some talent. One of these 2 guys, shortly after this match, if a contract goes up, you never know whether they're going to show up back in WWE or still be involved in the company. So this is a good match here, indication of who they roll with going into the future, because this is a match kind of like going before. The winner of this match means something on a pay-per-view. So who goes forward in the company, who's someone they're putting their chips on, something to pay attention to for that one outside of the idea of wrestling. What do we got here in the chat? People talking to each other. That's a lot of fun. I'm going to look in to sign up for Scorecard now. I keep my mouth shut with the predictions. There you go. Go sign up, Jay. I mean, you can put your predictions out there, but keep it a little tight, chat. Keep it a little tight. Jake don't care. Jake's going right out saying Miro's getting the win. The 8-man tag, yes. Is Jericho still wrestling tonight? As far as I know, yes. So what C. Henry's alluding to there, Jericho is under some serious accusations right now on Twitter. I don't know the person, so I'm sorry if I don't know all the details, but I'll get more into the Jericho stuff later on. I don't think it affects the pay-per-view. I don't know. I'm not picking sides. I'm not saying I believe or disbelieve, but I'm here to cover wrestling and not so much the dirt sheets. But I will give you a little bit of what I know, but I'm not taking a stance on it. I'm here just to cover wrestling in a pay-per-view. I told you going forward, going into this wrestling content, I'll talk a little bit about it, but that behind the scenes stuff does not matter to me. I want what's I want what's coming out of the curtain, what happens in the ring, and when we leave. That whole backstage stuff, I don't give a shit about it anymore. There's some stuff I will throw in there, but at the end of the day, we're talking about wrestling and not the stuff that's going on behind the scenes. So, Metal Geek hanging out with us. What's up, ABJ? What's going on, buddy? But let's get to our next matchup here. Swerve Strickland, who just came off a very impressive performance in the Continental Classic, took the a New Japan World Champion and a 2-time AEW champion to the limit, almost won the damn thing. But he has a ghost of his past, Keith Lee, former tag team partner, former tag team champions. These guys are going to go one-on-one. Swerve Strickland and them had a huge falling out. Swerve Strickland busted up Keith Lee's knee with a center block. So they're going to end this feud here tonight at World's End. Swerve Strickland will go on to do bigger and brighter things. Hopefully Keith Lee gets utilized a little better in the company. He's kind of been hit or miss ever since that tag team has broken up. Now let's get into one of 2 8-man tags. Team Jericho versus Team Starks. You have Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara, Sting, and Darby Allin versus Ricky Starks, Big Bill, your current AEW Tag Team Champions, with Powerhouse Hobbs and Takeshita. Takeshita. I can never pronounce it, and I'm not doing the take a shit with whatever fucking everyone says. It's hilarious, but I'm not doing it. Anyway, Jericho's chest looking pretty rough in that photo. I'm just gonna say when guys get older and they lose their pecs, it creeps me out. So just to kind of dive a little bit into it without getting into picking sides or what's going on with it, but Jericho has been accused. This is stuff that has been circulating around, I will be honest, around backstage talks for a while now. It has something that people have been aware of, and there's been speculation with Chris Jericho. But there's a rumor going around that Chris Jericho made inappropriate passes at talent. The talent did not take those passes, got themselves out of that situation, and when they spoke up about it, they were then fired from the company. You can do your own research on who that talent may or may not have been. You can pick your own sides of if you believe it or not. As of right now, there's a huge petition going on right now on AEW calling for the firing of Chris Jericho, saying he shouldn't be involved in the company, that he's all of these things. Once again, I know nothing about it. I've heard rumors. I've heard all the stuff for a while. That stuff has been talked about a long time ago. Once again, I'm not here to play judge, jury, executioner, but that's what's going on right now on Twitter. There's a giant anti-Jericho headhunting thing going on right now. Doesn't look good for Jericho, but this is where the cancel culture, let's see how it goes, right? Some people ask for the heads of talent and then they don't get it and they get upset. And sometimes some people just don't buy into the cancel culture and let the mobs go crazy. I'll tell you what right now, Chubby Chelsea, if these accusations of Jericho find out to be true enough that he gets fired for it, I don't think WWE touches him. Just if what he's being accused of is what's out there, I don't think it's like CM Punk punching somebody backstage and gets a job because he was defending himself or something like that. These are pretty crazy accusations of possibly SA. It's in the chat, but I'm not going to put it up there. But that's some of the accusations going on right now. But anyway, let's get back into pro wrestling. With our all-star 8-man tag, Claudio Castagnoli, Bryan Danielson, Mark Briscoe, and Daniel Garcia will take on the team of Brody King, Jay White, Jay Lethal, and Roosh. So essentially, this is everyone who did not win or participate in the Continental Classic, minus Swerve Strickland, will now go in a 4-man tag and take each other on. So it will be the gold. I don't know why they just didn't call it the Gold League versus the Blue League. I don't know. Anyway, but these are the remaining people of the Continental Classic. They didn't have anything for them for the pay-per-view, so they threw them all together in an all-star 8-man tag, and they added it to the card. It should be fun. There's a lot of good personalities in there, but storyline-wise, I don't really see much coming out of it unless they surprise me. Don't think this match needs to be on the card. I'm going to be honest. I'll get through that to the end. I think this card has too much on it, and some of it does not need to be on the pay-per-view. Just my opinion. Our first of many title matches on the line, Julia Hart will take on Abaddon. Abaddon has returned and since then has been not really calling their shot for a title. My bad on the mispronunciation there. But Abaddon has been pretty much called out by Julia Hart. Julia Hart's been showing up. The light's been coming off. She's been kind of getting in Abaddon's face, and this is going to come to a conclusion tonight when the TBS title goes on the line. Julia Hart versus Abaddon. Julia Hart's starting to build up a little bit of a stable. Sky Black is in her corner possibly for this matchup. Don't know how this one's going to play out, but it should be a lot of fun. I enjoy seeing Abaddon on TV. They are very entertaining. Our next title match, the TNT no disqualification, Christian Cage, Adam Copeland, lifelong friends, former tag team champions, been in almost every company with each other, but every single time Christian decides to break off and go somewhere else, like an Impact or a TNA or an AEW, the guy has been thriving without Adam Copeland, and now Adam Copeland sticks his dirty nose into his business in AEW, and he wants the only thing that means the world to Christian Cage, and that is the TNT title. But this will be no DQ. There's a lot at play here. Adam Copeland is essentially riding solo when Christian's got Kill Switch, Luchasaurus, Nick Wayne's mom. There's a whole bunch of people involved in this story. The deck is stacked against Adam Copeland. with a no DQ. All of this outside interference can be involved here. We have no idea how this can play out. Will we have a new TNT champion? Will the new Adam Copeland come to the new company of AEW and get his first title in his first ever appearance? We don't know. We'll see how this one plays out. But for the next championship, this one's pretty exciting. I wish I had a way to snap my fingers and make everything go black and white. But Toni Storm, the 2023 character of the year, has readapted herself into this timeless Toni Storm. It has been an absolute treasure. The two-time and first-time AEW Women's Champion Riho is looking to take this title off her. I don't really have much to say. Riho, former champion, has held her own. Not one of my favorite competitors in there. I'll put it out there right now. I think everybody and their brothers picking Toni Storm for this one, but we'll see how it plays out. Will there be some shenanigans? Who knows? But that will be for your AEW Women's Championship. Now going on to the Continental Classic final, Jon Moxley will take on Eddie Kingston. The winner will be your new Triple Crown Championship. You will get the Triple Crown Championship, the New Japan Strong Championship, as well as the ROH World Championship will all be merged into one. We actually don't know. We have no idea what happens with these championships. That's what I'm most excited about, to see how these championships will be defended. Do you get all three? Do three become one? Who fucking knows with this goddamn Continental Classic, because they haven't been very clear with it. But this entire tournament has been built around Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston wants to be that guy. This is the type of match structure he's a fan of with over in Japan. He brought it to America. He wants to be the first Triple Crown. And Jon Moxley is that guy that they've always been best friends, but always Jon has gotten the upper hand on him, and Jon has never beaten Jon in a situation. Will he be able to conquer those demons tonight and get the win over his lifelong friend of Jon Moxley for the Triple Crown? Who knows? We are flying through it here, ladies and gentlemen. Now we get to your main event. MJF will take on the newly formed version of Samoa Joe, who has just pretty much told us he is an ally of the devil. He hit MJF in the back after MJF lost his ROH Tag Team Championship. Samoa Joe vowed to keep him protected up until World's End. Samoa Joe looked like he was hit in the back, blew his knee out. He was injured. MJF went out there and fought 4 masked assailants, 4 devils, all by himself. Samoa Joe then comes out to make the save. Little too late. MJF loses the Tag Team Championship. Samoa Joe hits MJF in the back with a steel chair, and now we get him going into World's End. MJF's hometown, the guy's shoulders beat up. He's been going through the gauntlet as a Tag Team Champion, as a World Champion. The entire company is nipping at his heels. Wardlow wants him. The Devil wants him. Joe wants him. Everybody wants their hands on all of the titles that MJF has been holding, and it comes down to the culmination of tonight at World's End in his hometown. Can he retain and keep his world championship going into the 2024, where his contract negotiations will be coming up? The bidding war of 2024. Will he go into it with the biggest bidding war prize as the world champion, or will we have a guy that has been told he is not world championship material, fired from WWE, was told he doesn't belong in professional wrestling, comes to AEW, has a resurgence, and has a chance to become a world champion once again? This main event story is fantastic. Everyone's been saying there's no stories in AEW. This card has stories built all through it, and we've talked about every single one. Some of them quicker than others, but there has been stories involved with all these. I think it's a lot of fun. So the pre-show, just to kind of go back, 20-man battle royal, I don't hate it. I'm excited for it. As a pre-show match, Statlander versus Willow Nightingale, I'm for it. Maybe it tells a story. If this is just a friendly exhibition and nothing comes of it, then maybe it as a pre-show, but you're giving Willow Nightingale a chance to wrestle on a pay-per-view in her hometown, and Chris Statlander wrestling in her hometown. They're both New York trained wrestlers coming from 2 different schools. So it's kind of cool that they're both getting this. I don't mind this being on the card at all pre-show. I'm for it. Pre-show ends in a title match. I'm all for it. Got to be honest. I think this match could have been cut. This could have been a Dynamite. This could have been a Rampage. This could have been a Collision. I don't think this is pay-per-view worthy. There's already so many matches on this card. I don't think it's needed. As well as I love Swerve Strickland. I think this could have been settled on television. Once again, I think this card's a little too deep. This match should have been a tag. It should be Sammy Guevara and Chris Jericho taking on your tag team champions with Ricky Starks and Big Bill, and that's how it should have ended. We don't need to stick Darby and Sting in it. Sting already has his last match coming up. Powerhouse Hobbs and Takashita don't need to be in this. If this match was to be on the card, it should be a tag team championship match, and that's how it should be. I think this 8-man thing is silly, should not be there. Once again, here too, this could have been on TV. This does not need to be on a pay-per-view. Championship match, 100% deserves to be on the card. It should be there. Title match should be on the card. Title match should be on the card. Conclusion of your Continental Classic for a title should be on your card, and your main event 100% should be on the card. But I would have trimmed 4 matches on this card, or maybe turn that 1 8-man tag into a tag team match for some titles. That's just the way I would have done it. I'm not in charge, but that's just my opinion. I think some of this stuff does not need to be here, and I think some of these matches have an opportunity to take the wind out of some sails because this is a long day. You're showing up at that arena at 5:30. Pre-show starts at 6:30, and then you have to sit from 6:30 to almost 11, 12 o'clock at night. And then if you want to watch a post-show, a press conference that happens immediately after, you're locking yourself in for a long day of AEW. And it's a lot. I think it's a little too much. I think they could have trimmed a little fat off this card, and it still would have been a banger. I don't have a problem with Andrade. I don't have a problem with Miro. They're amazing. Love Swerve. Keith Lee's fantastic, but I don't think they deserve. I don't think they're main event. I don't think they're pay-per-view caliber matches. I think this should be trimmed down to a few less matches, and we could have gotten in and gotten out, and still maybe gave some time to other matches. Just my call. Same thing happens on the independent scene. I go to a match, I go to do comment. Actually, I've changed my booking prices. If I come in and do your card and it's 5-6 matches, no problem. My rate is here. But if you start throwing 9, 10, 11, 12 matches on your card, my rate goes up. Because I'm sitting there for 2-3 hours screaming my brains off on commentary. You pay me more. That's all there is to it. You bring me in and you want me to do a 2-day WrestleMania in one night, you're paying for it. That's all there is to it. That's too much time. That's a lot to ask for fans. That's a lot to ask for your talent, and that's a lot to ask for your paying consumers. But let's put the link out one more time. Anyone who wants to join in, give their takes. I'll give a couple moments here. I kind of hit my time frame mark. I wanted to have this about 30 minutes to 45 minutes for my first time. Once again, please use the links below. Go to Pro Wrestling Scorecards, sign up, join the ABJ faction. I'll actually go through that one more time until someone joins in. It's completely free, and it's a great way to play along for the card. So once again, when you sign up and you join, it's going to take you to this screen. You go down, you click on World's End, edit predictions, put all your things in. It will say complete. Make sure you hit that save button, because you can go through everything and not hit that save button and none of your progress saves. And then if you want, while you're playing along, you go to the cards. You can go to your factions, and then you join that ABJ podcast community. Let's get that community closer to that 100 mark. You know what I mean? Like, there's some pretty big name content people on here. Cultaholic, Putting You Over, Squared Circle Reddit page has thousands of people. Matt Men's a good one. And we're sitting here banging out at 59 people playing along. That's exciting. So let's get some more people to join that Pro Wrestling Scorecards. They are not paying me. They are not sponsoring me. I wouldn't mind if they wanted to. I just like their service. I think they have a really fun service. It's a great way to get your community involved to watch wrestling. Check them out. They do have merchandise you can support them on, or you can also go and support them on Patreon. I believe if you support them on Patreon, they give you a shout out. Also, a fun thing about Pro Wrestling Scorecards, even if you don't want to do it digitally, right? So there's an app. You can download the app on your phone and sign up and play along and play along and do it that way. The app was a little wonky for a little bit there, but I believe they fixed it. I'm going to be honest, I haven't used it in a while. I will re-download it tonight and try it out. But it's a lot of fun. I just kind of do it through my browser for a while there because the app was not working properly. But it's, like I said, it's completely free. It's a great way to go about and play along and enjoy wrestling with people. That's why we do our watch alongs. We will be back here in a little bit for a full, I'll be here from 6 o'clock till 11, 12 o'clock at night. The entire World's End will be doing a watch along. Everybody can join in, talk with us, chill with us, watch the card along with me. I'll have my link popped up. So if any content creators, wrestlers, anybody wants to pop in, say hi, tell me what they think of the card, put over their stuff, plug their pages, please come in and join. Let's have some fun. We'll be back here at 6 o'clock for World's End watch along. But that's what I'm saying. I think wrestling should be a group activity. People should be doing it together. People should be talking amongst each other, but staying positive. Don't be negative. Don't be toxic. Enjoy professional wrestling. If you have outside people who hear nothing but negative and hear how terrible wrestling is and how disgusting it is, and people are terrible and this is stupid and this is bad, why would anyone want to join this community and support this industry and support the art that people are breaking their bodies to perform for everybody? There's no need for that. Enjoy the art industry, enjoy the art. You could be criticism of it and you can say you don't like something, but be respectful. And that's what we try to do here on this channel. That's what our watch alongs are about. It's for people to come, have fun, and talk about something we're all passionate about. Thank you guys so much. I hope you guys all sign up for Pro Wrestling Scorecards. I hope you enjoy yourselves tonight. I hope you guys enjoy it. Come for hang out for the watch along. Here's your challenge right now. On my page right now, the watch along is already set up, ready to go. Go hit the thumbs up on it. Let's get the thumbs up jacked up on it already before it even goes live. And let's see you guys there. Once again, if you want to come and join and talk with me during a few segments of tonight's stream, get your cams ready, get your microphones ready, and come hang out with me at 6 o'clock as the World's End pre-show starts off with those amazing, that Battle Royal, Statlander versus Willow Nightingale, and the FTW Championship, Hook versus Wheeler Yuta. I'm out of breath. I've been talking my face off. Let's get out of here. I know this is not the actual intro, outro music, but I didn't get a chance to make one for this, but I will going forward. I promise. I pride myself on having my backgrounds done and having it all look different and having intro and outro music to coincide with what I'm doing, but I didn't have time. I rushed it, but we won't have this going forward. I appreciate you all for joining in. 11, 12, 13 people watching. I hope you all hit that thumbs up. If you're brand new here, hit subscribe. We're on that quest to 1K. Our watch hours are on that quest for 3,000 so we can get monetized. Let's keep grinding, community, or I like to call it my cult. Join the cult now. The House of Blackwell. There it is. But anyway, let's get out of here. Enjoy the rest of your day. Go get some food. Go relax. And let's get ready for a long day of AEW wrestling here tonight. If you're there live in New York, enjoy yourself. Be safe. And let's close out the end of the year with some great, great wrestling action.
Thanks for watching this presentation. Like, share, and subscribe for more.